Crossbow hunt on Cumberland Island with the Parker Tornado. William Hovey Smith, 2015. I'm the author of Backyard Deer Hunting and also Crossbow Hunting, which remains the only book exclusively about hunting with the crossbow.
This is Hovey Smith with Hovey's Outdoor Adventures. And we're on Cumberland Island. And we're doing an archery hunt, and I am using a crossbow. In particular, the Parker Tornado crossbow, and it is very well whetted, and I am very well whetted, and all my equipment is very well whetted. This particular hunt is in early October, and right now we have Joaquin, a major hurricane, yonder way, a couple of hundred miles. And the poor state of South Carolina is getting 12 inches of rain dumped on it. And we are fortunately in a little window that is not nearly so bad. As a matter of fact, I came out not expecting rain at all today, or at the most a little sprinkle. Well, we had more than a little sprinkle. We had a serious enough shower to get me thoroughly wet at about 11 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to go back into camp and change clothes and sort of see about the gear and see about camp, make sure it's all right, and relocate somewhere closer into the campsite. Now this particular hunt is an archery hunt, and in Georgia you may use crossbows or bows. So I'm using a crossbow. And with this particular crossbow, I've taken deer and hogs and even black bear. And the other equipment I have with me is a Streamlight flashlight. Yeah, this thing is made so it is visible. Yeah, this is a very tough emergency use flashlight. Yeah, it really is a powerful flashlight, although it is daylight, of course, right now. And it works. It is also waterproof and as near crash, corrosion, bend, run over the truck resistant as you can get in the flashlight. So this is a good one. Now some of my other usual equipment are my seat cushion here, my tub. This is a wilderness area. And I can bring a wheeled deer carrier on the main road, but on the trails, like now, I must transport things in the tub. And this is also very useful to take the game back. I assume you can probably see this very obvious plug here. Yeah, it got a hole in it when I was using it at the house. And I put a bolt in it, and some shoe glue, and some washers to plug that hole. So that's worked very, very effectively, by the way. So we're going to proceed to load up and head back to camp and re-outfit so we can get out this evening.
I'm sitting back where you can see where I'm blinded up on one of my sets on Cumberland Island. This is the morning of the second day. Now we had rain last night, but none this morning, although the woods have been dripping more or less continually all day. And the area I'm overlooking is very mature oak trees and pines, but it does have some open areas, as you can see as I pan around. I'm set up partially behind a log, and now you see the crossbow sitting up on top of the log, and some palmetto fronds that I have cut to use for blind material. This is very effective, by the way. Now, because it has rained, I've taken my mortar tub and I've turned it upside down so I can shelter my gear. I have it out somewhat so you can see some of it, but normally when I was hunting, I would have it underneath. So this way I can keep things dry even during a downpour if I have to. Things like my camera and meals and clothes and other stuff. Although I did not yesterday, I did bring my rain gear today, although I have not put it on yet. Now this is a set of Gore-Tex, and it's German military flak. camo, and it's actually very effective and very efficient in this particular environment. I like the range of colors, the darks, the greens, and even some of the chartreuse kind of green in it is sort of reminiscent, yeah, of some of the palmettos and others of this vegetation like the bay leaves. So, yeah, it fits pretty good. But, unfortunately, nothing is moving. Nobody brought back a single piece of game yesterday. Not one out of 30-odd hunters. I haven't been back to camp today, so I don't know. But I certainly haven't seen anything moving. And even the squirrels and small creatures are not at all active. I think what is driving movement, what little there is, are the tides. So if you aren't in an area that is tidally influenced on this island, you're just not seeing much game being pushed in any direction. So what I'm going to do is start moving towards the extreme west of the island where we do have tidal influences. My setup overlooking the marsh grasses was frankly rather boring. So instead I'm showing you some footage of some roseate spoonbills here, which are among the numerable shorebirds that actually visit and sometimes nest and raise on Cumberland Island. These, I think, are mostly migrants, although they are native and could nest here. I'm just not sure. But they are nonetheless large, spectacular, and interesting birds, and you can see their distinctive beaks and how they feed. Now, this is a view of the shore as seen from the marsh side. Yeah, it's pretty thick.
This is our third and last day of our hunt on Cumberland Island. And here we are with trusty Crossbow, the Parker Tornado. But poor Parker has yet to say a pace of game. We did do a successful stalk, however. Horses. Yep, 2 of them. Gray. Could not put brown fur on them, though. Nah, had to let them go. Oh, that little pony would have been nice barbecuing size. Take about 2 days to do it. But anyway, no, they don't let us do that. So we did not shoot no horses. But can't say we weren't tempted. So far as other game to be seen, not much. Third day of the hunt, 30 people hunting right here. 3 pieces of game in the cooler. Some more up at Brick Hill. But this is the best hunting day we've had. Right now it is sunny, clear skies. Previously it has been rainy and drizzly, and everybody has gotten wet, including me. So consequently, I'm back here at camp at midday when normally I would still be out in the woods drying out my stuff. Now I've got a bunch of stuff hanging over here. And there's some clothes. Yeah, got my sleeping bag out. So hopefully when we pack up early tomorrow morning, I'll be able to pack up dry rather than pack up wet. Got more stuff down in that direction. And we even got, oh, who knows? Everything I got is wet, so everything I got is hung out there, guys. So we're going to go back out in the woods, and we're going to see if we can get something this evening. So, we'll check back with you in the morning when we pack up. This is the end of our 3-day hunt at Cumberland Island. Now, this first hunt is an archery hunt, and I was using Crossbow here, the Parker Tornado, and it is still cocked. And so we need to discharge that. And for that, I have an arrow with a field point on it. So we are going to discharge the crossbow right here in the ground. Now, when you discharge any crossbow, one thing you want to make sure is, first off, you have a full weight arrow, or you will damage these limbs. And secondly, that the arrow is in fact seated all the way back in the bowstring. Otherwise, you will likewise damage the limbs. The Parker has a safety, as do many other crossbows. On the Parker safety, the green dot means that the crossbow is on safe. So to fire it, you push it up, that reveals a red dot. And you point the crossbow at the ground, hopefully in an area that doesn't have any deep tree roots, and you pull the trigger. Boom! And your crossbow is now discharged. Now when you pull your crossbow arrow, even though these are good carbon shafts, you see this thing penetrated almost to the notch in this soft earth. You pull straight up and back. There we go. And you recover your crossbow shaft, and it can be used many, many times. Now if you have a shaft with damaged fletchings, this is an ideal use for that shaft. We had some catastrophic failures of our equipment. Yeah, we did. Poor stool. Well, notice something is slightly amiss. Yeah, failed on me. Well, I've only used it for 15 years, so it has done duty. So this one will go back for repurpose and reuse. Likewise, my boots here, which are Gear Guide boots, I've used those for several years. The lining is going. The dogs have chewed on them a little bit. And now we have a severe tear here. Not good in a waterproof boot. Nonetheless, it went in and it did its job. Yep. We also did a repair on our plastic tub. It had a hole in it. So we put a bolt and some shoe goo in it and sealed the hole with that. And that was taken out on the marsh. It floated very well. It didn't leak then, and it doesn't leak now. So that was quite successful. Also, if you ever come to Cumberland Island, you want one of these things, a thermosil. Best thing yet for mosquito repellent. Yeah, nothing even comes close. This will keep them off you. We also used a Gerber saw here. This is one of many folding saws. The Gerber really works. It has teeth that are slightly offset, or in saw language, set. This way they don't bind in the cut. If the teeth aren't set, they will. But this saw will cut. It will cut bone, it will cut wood, and you can cut a 4-inch log if you take long enough. So, good stuff. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.
And we're now returning to St. Mary's. And there's our friendly 3-masted sailing vessel, still there. We're coming up to the dock. Offloading our stuff shortly. You see some of our pitiful pile of gear there on the bow, and more of it on the stern. But not terrible many hunters offloading this trip. And very, very little game, unfortunately. Although they do change up from time to time, there are a series of annual hunts, and the total cost is pretty inexpensive. A Georgia hunting license plus $30 for the hunt plus $30 to get you on the island. For more information on my books, blogs, and more than 450 videos, you can go to my website, www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.